Hi everyone, Daisy here with my July layout share. I know my June and May one just went up not that long ago, and this one is also running late. I keep uploading my videos and then something's happening with my scheduler. It's not, they're not posting. So anyhow, I didn't get a whole lot, excuse me, a whole lot done in July, but yeah, let's just go through what I was able to create. So this was for Off the Board. Crystal was doing 30 days of Off the Board in July, and I tried to participate on Saturdays. A couple of mine got delayed, but anyhow, I cut out these stars. Oh, well, that one's not glued down. I cut out these stars using my Silhouette. This is a cut file, I'm pretty sure. And used just some fun and pretty papers that I really liked. This is mirror paper from Cardstock Warehouse, and I did some gray splatters in the background. This is kind of a new thing that I am absolutely loving, where I take a bunch of tags and I layer them on top of each other and use that as like a background for a title. I really like that. So I think this might have been for Spiegel Mom Scraps too. I'm not 100% sure because I used a lot of different sequins on this one. It's nice and shiny, and yeah, I really love this one. Next up, this is another Off the Board layout. The layout I was scrap lifting had this big title here and then like strips of paper over here. I chose the kind of color scheme from that one and then sort of the design layout, but then I kind of went off on my own. So this is another cut file. I believe it's from the Cut Shop, I believe. And I went through my random. Well, man, it's a good thing I went going through these layouts. Apparently I was not very glue forward on these. I went through my random like die cut, cut apart sheet, little bin where I stick all of these pieces that, you know, I end up with. Like this is the offcut. Seriously, like what was I doing? So these are like the offcuts of a different cut file that I used. These are from a stencil that I cut out quite some time ago now. And yeah, so just some random labels that are cut apart from a sheet. This is an old like crepe paper thing. And I just pulled out a bunch of things that fit with my color scheme. This is a stencil I made myself. Yeah. One thing, if I was to do this again, I would gesso this paper, even though I was using a stencil, which I never have had any problems with. It actually, part of the paint, or not paint, texture paste or molding paste I used, it like peeled off and ripped the paper, which is really weird. So I would pre-gesso this, I think, next time, just to make sure that I protect my paper a little bit better. But I really like this one a lot too. This was for Moira's 1000 subby hop. I scrap lifted one of her layouts. I used a lot more pattern paper than she used on hers, but I used the general design of hers, and I really like this one as well. I used some Nuvo glitter paste and a stencil, and then again did that layering up of the tags, and just used a bunch of random pieces. I'm trying to get all of my random bits used up. This heart I was actually hoarding, but like sunglasses, I always seem to hoard. Ice cream, and it's not hoarding in a good way. It's hoarding in a I don't know what I'm going to do with this kind of way. So I've just decided to start sticking them on things and get them out of my stash. This was my Cardstock Warehouse layout. I used a bunch of different colors of red cardstock, and kind of hand drew and hand cut out my own cardinal. And then I used the wood veneer paper and a bunch of greens to create the, oh, I thought I had switched this, to create the branch that he's standing on. I did realize that I spelled watching wrong, and I thought I had switched it, but apparently not. So let's just do that now. Sometimes it's hard when you're making videos, and I think I had started from the center of the word to make sure that it fit right. And yeah, I clearly did it backwards, but yeah, so I really like, I love making big animals out of things, and like using cardstock like this, it's like painting kind of, because you want different, you know, depth and everything in your subject, I guess. So this one was for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and this was a technique hop that we did for Instagram and YouTube. I used my fuse tool and created donuts using a free cut file from Paper Issues, and then I used a bunch of shimmers in the background and created like a giant mess behind my donuts. But then I also used some shimmers to kind of give my donuts a little bit of that cooked feeling, because I had used craft cardstock that was this color, and so I used my coffee shimmers and kind of painted around the edge. There is a video for this one. So far there's been a video for all of them except for the cardinal one. I'm trying to use these letters. These are like It Factor from We Are Memory Keepers, I think, and I used multiple photos on this one. And I really love the shaker pockets a lot. Next up, I did, this was for Spiegel Mom Scraps as well, and this was Scrap Lift Sunday on Paper Issues. And I used this paper in the background. I think it's We Are Memory Keepers. I cut a couple of chunks out because this was an, you know, like an uneven design, but then I matched them up here. I really love this paper a lot. Maybe it's not We Are Memory Keepers. I can't remember which paper that is, but then I fussy cut out of the Paige Evan Bloom Street collection all of these little flowers that matched with this paper super well. I did a line of black sequins as kind of a border here, and then just did like my little subtitle there and then my title here, and used 2 tags as well. Another one that I love. This one was for something. We used a mood board for the last off the board of July, or not the last one, but Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month is when we usually do off the board. So we all used the same mood board and did a hop that way. So I fussy cut all of these pieces out of some of the Island Escape pattern papers from Bella Boulevard. And then I used this one, which I think is from Pink Fresh Studio, Just a Little Lovely. And I used a cut file. This is one that I got off of the Silhouette Design Store. I think it might be like Honeybee or something like that. Created this one, I'm not 100% sure. And then I sprinkled a whole bunch of shimmers around my page. And I also included this rubber piece here, which is another thing that I struggle to use. And then I added some little flamingo sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps on here as well. And I just love these photos of my daughter. This is one thing that I'm focusing on in August, is using multiple photos and trying to use the true 4x6 size as much as possible, because I know that I've seen a lot of requests for that in groups and, you know, chats and things. So I thought I would give it a try. This one, I did use 2 photos, but they're 3.5 by 3.5 because I didn't want to cover up the beautiful like backgrounds. They're lovely photos of me reading to my older daughter when I was pregnant with my younger daughter. And I used shimmers paints in the background, different purples and some pinks to create a lovely, I don't know if I can get it, You can see how shiny it is there. It's a lovely shimmery background. I used more flowers from that Bloom Street paper, some Ellie Studio puffy hearts, a lot of sequins from Sweet Mom Scraps, and these are older ones, Black Tie Event, and I think they're called Moonshine, something like that. They're my favorites of all time. And then this cut file is also from Paige Evans, and I used some more shimmers to kind of color in just the stems of the flowers. And then this is from Coco Vanilla Studio. So the date on this one is April 25th, 2009. So I was, oh goodness, I was 5 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant there. So yeah, I really, this is going up on my wall. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. So those are all the layouts that I got created for July. I did do a lot of layouts ahead for August. I am hoping to increase the amount of posting that I have to at least twice, maybe 3 times a week. So I am working very diligently to get ahead on that and to stay on top of things. So hopefully that happens. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, every single one of these except for the cardinal have videos on my channel, so you can go ahead and take a peek at those if you'd like. But I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching.